Texas has now banned sanctuary cities and Lone Star states.
It's one of the most talked about laws in legislation. Tonight, Governor Greg Abbott signing the so-called Sanctuary Cities bill into law, prompting protests.
Plus, an officer-involved shooting on 6th Street. The video that has people left with more questions than answers.
And he was born with autism, then learned his leg would have to be amputated due to cancer. With an uncertain amount of time remaining, his lifelong wish is granted. KVUE News Nightbeat starts right now.
This is KVUE News Nightbeat.
Good evening and thank you for joining us on your Sunday night. I'm Chris Betts.
And I'm Brandon Jones. And a first for Texas Governor Greg Abbott went to Facebook Live this evening to sign his signature on one of the most talked about pieces of legislation, the Sanctuary Cities Bill, or SB4.
Now, the bill would allow police to inquire about the immigration status of anyone that they detain. It also requires local officials to comply with federal requests to hold criminal suspects for possible deportation.
And even on a Sunday night, crowds of people came out to protest at the governor's mansion there. The Nightbeat's Jason Puckett joins us now from Governor's Mansion, where the protest took place. Jason?
Well, Brandon and Chris, this protest initially started out pretty small, but within about 2 hours of Governor Abbott's action, this crowd grew to more than 100 people. They're still out here right now behind me on the doorstep of Governor Abbott, continuing to chant tonight. Now, as we mentioned, Governor Abbott signing that bill into law around 6:30 on Facebook Live. Here's a look.
Citizens expect law enforcement officers to enforce the law, and citizens deserve lawbreakers to face legal consequences. Texans expect us to keep them safe.
And while there was no specific reason given as to the time or medium through which Governor Abbott decided to make the announcement, those out here today are protesting not only his decision, but the way he did it.
Down, down with deportation. Sanctuary, not deportation. Immigrants and refugees are welcome here. No hate, no fear. It's unbelievable.
And those are just some of the chants we heard out here tonight in both English and Spanish. There were several different groups of people represented here, and a lot of the protesters I talked to tell me it's been a tough couple weeks with SB4 clearing the legislature after a lot of back and forth argument to this tonight, a move that many here were calling, quote, cowardly, as Governor Abbott went live on Facebook to sign the bill into law. But above all else, they tell me they're here for each other and the community to show they aren't scared.
This bill is not enforceable until September 1st, and so I'm now calling on city and county leaders from across Texas to file lawsuits against this unconstitutional law.
I think all of us are wondering, why would the governor do this through Facebook Live on a Sunday night?
What is the message you would want to send directly to Governor Abbott right now, if you could?
Governor Abbott, you're a coward. You're a coward to not show your face. You're a coward and a puppet of Trump.
As you saw and heard, the focus of those gathered here tonight was to send a message to Governor Abbott that they don't think the fight is over, even though the bill has become law. You also heard from Councilmember Greg Cassar there. He said they're already taking the next steps to put some litigation, some lawsuits forward to challenge this law. For now, here live at the Governor's Mansion, I'm Jason Puckett, KVUE News Nightbeat.
All right, thank you so much, Jason. And tonight we're learning more about the moments leading up to a foot chase and shooting in downtown Austin. The first shot caught on camera.
In this YouTube video, you can see two groups of people confronting each other during some type of argument after the bars closed early this morning. Then a shot is fired. Austin police say they received a description of the shooter, and when they found the man they believed had a weapon, they walked toward him. Interim-Chief Brian Manley says the man then ran, firing at officers, and they fired back, killing him.
We do have evidence on the scene that lends to the facts as the officers have laid them out. We have fired casings from a pistol that are not consistent with the ammunition or the caliber of weapon that Austin police officers carry.
The man was pronounced dead at the hospital just minutes later. The police are not releasing his identity tonight, but we did speak to a woman on the phone who says the man was her close friend, and she was shocked to hear about the news.
He always had a smile on his face. He's not a fighter. He's a lover. You know, it was just, you know, it's just sad to see somebody go that you knew for so long. He lived for his kids and his family. Like, that was his, you know, his family was his everything.
His friends and family are demanding answers tonight in a thorough investigation. APD says they will continue to investigate, and the officers involved are on paid administrative leave, which is standard protocol.
23-year-old Tobias Sauls has been arrested after his father was found dead next to a car in northeast Travis County. It happened around 3:30 this morning. Travis County Sheriff's deputies got calls of a car stopped off the road. When deputies arrived, they found a man in his 40s shot dead next to a car. Sauls was taken into custody after he was brought in for questioning.
Well, turning to our forecast, we've seen some sunshine and hot temperatures all weekend long. You're taking a look at a time lapse of the sunset tonight. Just gorgeous. So how about that work week forecast?
We're going to send it over to meteorologist Nathan Gogo. Of course, he has the answer, right?
A lot of sunshine we saw today. Temperatures were in the upper 80s, a little bit cooler than we were yesterday. Yesterday, we hit 90 degrees for the 10th time so far this year. I thought today could be number 11, but it wasn't. We hit 88 in Austin. A couple places hit 90, though. 90 in Llano, so up towards parts of the hill country, we saw the warmest temperatures. The good news is the relative humidity is still quite low, so hey, pretty comfortable out there. And because of the low humidity, temperatures going to drop pretty comfortable into the lower 60s as we wake up to kick off the week Monday. So here we go, rolling through the night. We're going to be seeing temperatures drop into the mid to lower 60s by the time we wake up 5, 6 o'clock, even upper 50s, I think, for the hill country and higher elevations. We're tracking more clouds by tomorrow and also rain chances. More on that coming up in the full forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you so much, Nathan. Well, last month we introduced you to Tejas Briseno, a young boy here in Austin with autism who is currently battling cancer for the second time. But just recently, after getting home from school, Tejas received a granted wish he wasn't expecting. KVUE's Jay Wallace joins us live to explain how this all came about. Jay?
Make-A-Wish heard about Tejas' story and decided to come out to his house to transform his room, to make it superhero themed. And for these 2 or 3 minutes, Tejas and his family were able to forget about their problems and have a moment that will never be forgotten. Every school day around 2, this Round Rock ISD school bus turns left onto Morberry Street to bring Tejas Briseno home.
He's known for being Superman.
Tejas is autistic and was diagnosed with cancer on December 17, 2015.
And it went from 0 to 120 in about 2 days.
But on this day, Tejas doesn't have to worry about any checkups or appointments. He has a surprise waiting for him.
He knew something was going on. Hey, monkey!
Make-A-Wish tore down and transformed his room.
It's what we can't give to him.
Oh, good, good, good.
Creating a room filled with superheroes and space.
Emotionally, it's very overwhelming.
You know when something's up, I know. It's okay. Come on, buddy.
Especially since cancer took his leg 9 weeks after his diagnosis.
You gonna do the big jump?
You feel like you're not ever gonna smile again.
But Tejas kept on smiling. This kid has spirit.
Go, buddy.
Energy.
Let's go. He's a brave kid, and he still finds time to laugh and sing. Hit it. Faster, faster.
And his parents have hid his new room from him all week.
He knew something was going on. Okay, up. We kept the room shut to him so it would be a surprise. Open your door. It took him out of his routine a little bit. There you go. Up, up, up. Tally ho!
Hey, monkey!
Hit it.
Tejas was thrown off just a bit by the strangers in his home.
Let's go over here.
Come here.
You go to your room.
Hey, come here.
Come on. Tay, come on.
Come here.
Tay, come here. This way. That way.
Look.
Come on, buddy.
Go with Daddy.
But to no one's surprise, Tejas pushed on and pushed around the corner before realizing something was different.
And he loves it.
His pause, his calmness tells the story.
Yeah.
That is Tejas seeing his wish become a reality.
He's got an awesome room. He's got the best room on the block.
A room fitting for a young boy with strength that's out of this world.
He's a super guy. He's a Superman.
With doctors discovering that cancer had already spread back to his lungs this past March, Tejas will now get a chest CT scan tomorrow to see how fast it's growing. And his parents are hoping when they receive the results on Wednesday, it comes back with good news. Chris, Brandon, back to you.
I'll be praying for that little boy. Thank you.